Good morning, fourth grade students. This is Mr. Jones from Prairiewood here again with you. Happy Friday. Happy end of week 3 of e-learning. I hope everyone is adjusting and doing pretty well. I am here to give you a brief preview of our next chapter. Yesterday, Thursday, you should have finished chapter 12 in math, which was measurements and conversions and metric unit and customary units of measure. And our next chapter goes right along with that because it still is with the measurement theme, but it's finding perimeter and area of shapes. So I would just like to give you a quick little preview of that so that Monday morning you'll be ready to go. So the perimeter is the distance around a shape. So I like to think about this and give the example of if you live in a house with a backyard, or maybe you have a fence around your backyard. If you walk that fence line, the fence line would be the perimeter around your backyard. So how far it is around your backyard. So the distance around a shape, and actually it's the shortest distance around a shape. So let's take a look here. I have an example of a problem. Let me just get my board straight. So I have a rectangle here, and where we have the top as 3 centimeters and the bottom is 3 centimeters. And we have our sides as 5 centimeters on each side. So to find the perimeter around a shape, you're finding the distance around. So what you're going to do is you are going to add up all the sides. So over here, I've put the equation. P for perimeter equals 5 plus 5 plus 3 plus 3. And if you write that all out, you would have a perimeter of 16 centimeters. Now, something very important is to always make sure you have a label. You need to always make sure you know what units you're using when finding the perimeter or area. Okay, so that is perimeter. The next thing is going to be area. Now, the area is the number of square units needed to cover a surface. So back to my yard theme. So if you have a fence around your yard, the fence line, walking around the fence would be the perimeter. The area would be all the grass, all the parts that are inside of that yard. So for instance, in our shape here, the area is finding how many square units are inside of this shape. And the way you find that out is you have area equals base times height. Now your base would be this here, or even this, because we know a rectangle, the opposite sides are equal. And your height is going to be this one right here, so 2. So the area equals base times height. So you take the 4 and you multiply it by the 2. Area equals 4 times 2. The area is 8 square centimeters. And now that's another important thing when you're finding the area. It's going to be squared. So our unit is centimeters, and so you would write that as square centimeters. Okay, so that is finding the perimeter and area of some basic objects. Now in this chapter, there's a couple other things you're going to be doing that are a little bit more difficult. One of them will be finding the perimeter of irregular objects. So you can see this shape is not just a square or a rectangle. We have different sides with different measurements, but the same thing holds true. You are still finding the full total area around a shape. So you just have to go through and add up all the sides. So you have perimeter equals 5 plus 6 plus 7 plus 3 plus 2 plus 3. Which would give us 26, and our label on this one is inches. Okay, and then the last thing, another thing you're going to be working on is finding unknown measures. So this might be if you have a shape like this, we have a rectangle, and they give us the area, they give us the inside part, which is 28 square feet, and then they give us the height. So what we have to do is figure out what this base equals. So you can see I still wrote out my equation. 28, because that's my area, equals the base, which we don't know, times 4. Okay, and we know that you can work this out as 28 equals blank times 4. So what times 4 would give me 28, would give me the base? Or we know that multiplication and division go together, so you could also take the 28 and divide it by 4. So in this situation, our base would equal 7 feet. You can see right here I have my unit of feet. Okay, so that is perimeter and area. That is a preview of your next chapter, chapter 13 in 4th grade math. Okay, hope everyone has a great weekend. Thanks so much.